Cécile Renaud is a female founder who set up and runs Seraphine, a maternity fashion wear company. Against the odds, she has secured backing from a venture capital firm. Less than 1 pence in every pound of venture capital, or VC money, in the UK goes to female founders. Almost all of it, 89 pence, goes to all male teams, according to a recent report for the UK Treasury. Venture capital is money invested in a young business to help it grow, in return for a stake. Without this kind of investment, female founders could find it hard to grow the global businesses of tomorrow.
The venture capital industry is led by men. As a woman, you do feel quite isolated. You very rarely have in the boardroom anybody female attending those presentations. It was very intimidating. I felt obviously different as a woman. I felt like there is a lot of keywords and key terms that you're not used to. They ask you a ton of financial questions that you feel like you are quite grilled.
The report shows a clear imbalance. While female founders get less than 1% of VC funding, they make 5% of the pitches for venture capital money. In stark contrast, all male teams succeed in securing nearly 90% of the VC funding based on making 75% of the pitches. The report came from the British Business Bank, a state-owned development bank dedicated to making finance markets work better for smaller businesses. Alice Hugh Wagner was one of the authors.
The way venture capital works is positively medieval, right? It comes down to who you know and who's in your network. And because of historical reasons, even in 2019, women are less likely to be in the types of networks that allows them to get the warm introduction, which results in a 13 plus times better chance of getting access to venture capital at the end of the day.
Many venture capitalists blame this problem on society rather than their own industry. Peter Sugarman, an investor in financial services, wrote to the FT about the report, arguing the real reason female founders get less venture capital money is because investors favour tech startups. These are usually begun by science, maths and technology graduates, and they are overwhelmingly male.
In order to get funded, investors like ourselves want to feel that the founder teams have not only the technical expertise, but have the business expertise. And if there are more experienced people who are men, many more experienced people who are men currently, then there will typically be an overrepresentation of men amongst founder teams.
One way female founders like Hilary Rowland, founder of Boom Cycle, have overcome this problem is through crowdfunding. Individuals can invest in startups through online platforms such as Seedrs and Crowdcube. Crowdcube says a third of the companies that raise money have at least one female owner. Hilary Rowland raised nearly £1 million last year for her Boom Cycle spin fitness studios using Crowdcube, but she is optimistic about pitching to VCs to fund future expansion.
Well, we had a lot of requests actually from our writers to become bigger parts of the Boom Cycle story, and we were comfortable with that great responsibility that comes with taking savings of your writers and of your customers.
Do you think there is an issue with male dominance in the VC industry?
I will say that as a woman, I've never had a door shut in my face. I've had many good meetings go on, and also, even though there are mainly men around these tables at these meetings, I feel like I'm always listened to, for sure.
Yeah.
But the numbers speak for themselves, and the gap between female and male founders getting venture capital is clearly a large one. All 4 of our contributors had advice on how to close this funding gap.
If you can find a mentor of somebody who has done this journey, that's obviously amazing. Build your network, infiltrate this network of investors, of advisors early in the cycle.
The venture capital industry needs to make changes to itself to get more venture capital to female founders. That means getting involved, saying that it's important, measuring it, and then holding themselves to account.
I don't think you can legislate for equality of result, but you should certainly have the opportunity to present and make your case.
Just know your business inside and out, just like you would if you were a man or anybody looking for investment, and don't stop until you get what you want.
The UK Treasury report identified many barriers, the vast majority of investment professionals are men who appear to favour their own sex. The lack of women in senior corporate roles means those who do start businesses are less experienced and therefore seen as riskier to invest in. The government's first step is to set up a voluntary register for investors to publish the gender split of their investments. And there is emerging evidence that all female and mixed startup teams produce better returns than all male ones on average. Once the venture capital industry realises that, it has a powerful incentive to fix the problem.